I'm rich, you're poor. Difference.
You're a poor soul.
Yep, poor.
You're a poor soul.
Out my
What's good, YouTube? Welcome to another reaction video. I don't know if you guys are familiar with this girl over here. Her name is Miss Flojo Karen. She was caught on camera bragging about how rich she is and, you know, just being racist to the valet employee, you know, and calling him broke, all sorts of names. And you know how it goes. The internet went crazy. They found her. That's a whole crazy ass story. I don't know if you guys have seen it. She was trending. It went super viral. This happened in Beverly Hills. When I tell you the entitlement of some people, anyway, let's just dive straight into the video, guys.
I didn't touch you. Shut the up. Give me my keys.
Just give her.
Out my
Damn.
If there's one thing we've learned from the internet, it's that cameras don't lie, which makes it pretty awkward when someone treats valet workers like trash and then acts shocked when the internet rolls the footage. So, what really happened? On January 28th, 2025, this lady right here was asked to pay for her valet, but she had forgotten to get her ticket validated. Now, here's where it gets interesting. Despite
Okay, so she ends up throwing the money at the guy? That's
saying she's rich and looking down on the workers, she wasn't particularly happy about spending $50. A measly $50, I might add, since she
Damn.
claims to be so rich. And since she didn't want to pay, well, this happened.
What did you say again about us getting kicked
You're a
out? What else?
got it.
What else?
Just doing good things. You guys trick people.
Yeah.
You guys ruin people.
Right?
Take your $50 and suck. Give me your
Damn.
$50 change.
Damn, if you're rich, you're gonna be like, here's your $50 and keep the change, bitch. You know, see something like that. Come on, you can do better.
I'm rich, you're poor. Difference.
Yo!
You're a poor soul.
Yep, poor.
You're a poor soul. Não, joga o carro dela lá, né?
Everything in life is not about money, man. You know, you have, as they said, you're actually a very poor soul. Sucks to be you, man.
You wanna record me? You wanna record me? Shut the f I didn't touch you. Shut the f up. Give me my keys.
Damn, her ego goes crazy.
Out my
Yeah, she just cursed them out, throwing racial slurs and referencing one of those infamous uses of the R and K word.
What's the R and K word? I don't know what that is. R and K word. R and K. R and K. Retard? No, I shouldn't say that on YouTube. R and K. I don't know what it is.
Unfortunately for her, a bystander captured everything and uploaded this whole spectacle on Instagram. And let's just say things have spiraled downhill faster than she probably expected. First, thanks to our internet investigators, she was identified as Florence Mirsky, aka Miss Flojo, the owner and founder of CocoNugs.com. Here is her official Instagram account.
Oh, they about to destroy her business. I can imagine. I'm sure that's why she went private.
And here is her website, CocoNugs.com. And hey, we've seen enough of these situations to know exactly how this was going to end. The comments were far from great, and her business has been forced to take a halt. I mean, just look at the reviews on Trustpilot.
Disgusting racist CEO who dresses like she covered herself in super glue and rammed herself into TJ Maxx clearance rack to make an outfit and claim she's super rich. Instead of being a racist piece of shit wannabe Barbie doll, go spend some money on racial sensitivity classes instead of a Botox for a change. Damn, bro. The owner of the business is racist, classist, abusive piece of garbage. On top of that, her product is mediocre at best. Damn, the owner. Damn.
That's what happens when you run a business where you're the face of the brand and decide to act like a Karen. So, of course, like any Karen that gets a taste of their consequences, she pulls out the victim card.
Of course, she's gonna start crying. I'd be like, I didn't do anything wrong. They were targeting me.
Explaining what she called her side of the story. I know right now, guys, you may not understand, and I understand how bad it looks. The man that was walking behind me in the video groped me, then tried to flip it on me when I went crazy on him. Unfortunately, I have past trauma and manic episodes that I suffer with every day. That's why I called them rapes and I felt violated. Everyone that knows me knows I have a big heart and love for everyone. I come from immigrant parents as well. Mental health issues are real, and I didn't mean to hurt anyone. Broken heart emoji. Now let's take a
nice
look at the
try.
video following this statement.
Comments. I left my house yesterday in PJs, as you can tell, looking crazy. And when I was walking out of a scrub, the valet guy grabbed my ass, and I should have just punched him about my child and not wanting to go to jail. So I lashed out and I called him a whack, and I'm so wrong for that, but I felt so violated. I should have just shut my mouth, called the police, and that's it. So basically, I'm explaining to everybody.
Yo, look how straight-faced she's dropping these lies, bro. This is crazy. She just made up her own shit.
I am sorry for what I said. I've been
No,
around
you're
Mexicans,
not.
dated Mexicans my whole life. My parents are immigrants.
Here we go.
I am
Here we
the
go.
farthest thing from race possible.
So Florence here, in her side of the story, claims that the reason she reacted the way she did was because of one of these valet guys sexually assaulting her by grabbing her posterior. This is a very serious claim right here, even though it still doesn't warrant the racial slur she made. But hey, you never really know how someone will react to an assault, right? Well, that might be true if Florence wasn't actually twisting the story to fit her own narrative. I know, very surprising. Here is the juicy part. The bystander who actually recorded and posted this incident on Instagram returned to the valet spot to confirm these claims.
In front of the restaurant, the valet where that occurred, and I asked the valet if they heard about it and what they think happened, and the consensus was that if she actually was assaulted, that there would be footage of it on the cameras, and that there's other cameras here if that were to have been the case. You'd also have to imagine if she was yelling at them and being as really heinous as she was, why wouldn't she have mentioned that she was just so
Dude, if she was assaulted on that video, she would have been screaming, "You assaulted me, you assaulted me." She didn't do any of that. She got back home, realized how bad it was. They caught her on camera, and she's like, "Oh, what kind of story can I cook up right now?"
You'd have to imagine she would have mentioned that. Instead, she said racial epithets and slurs. And said that was right and they're all R words. I'm not buying it.
Well, I'm not buying that either. Yes, knowing as upset as she was, she definitely would have mentioned that she was serious at some
course.
point during the whole ordeal. On top of that, this person's camera suggestion was the final piece that completed the puzzle. So now we can finally find out whether the valet guy actually her or if she's just making it all up. At this point, Florence is probably thinking about those cameras too, so she decided to head back to the valet spot and apologize.
Made a with my mouth. I'm the farthest thing from race. Like, is this what you guys wanted from me? You guys are affecting everybody in my life right now. Like, I am taking accountability. Like, please, enough. I'm going to apologize to the man that grabbed my. I don't even care what the guy did to me. At least let's be honest. I'm apologizing to you, please. So you accept my apology, and then what? But you know what the guy did. He's not even here today. But why? I know, but you know what the guy did to me. So please, at least be real. I'm the farthest thing from possible. I told you, you're a good-looking guy with green eyes. Do you think I have any all my partners are Spanish, Vietnamese, everything. Can you at least admit what?
I hate hearing that shit. Oh, my partners or my friends is, bro, shut the fuck up and just apologize, bro. This look like this doesn't even look like an apology. It looks like, oh my god, my business, my life is in shit. Everyone is coming after me. Please take my apology and tell me that you forgive me. It's like a forceful apology.
The guy did to me, please. Can you admit what the guy did?
The license plate is 255.
Can you admit what the guy did, please? At least that. Just admit what the guy did, please. Just admit it, please.
Admit what?
Please, they're gonna show the cameras. You guys are gonna look crazy.
But something still isn't adding up, because sure, Florence is apologizing, but she's also doubling down on her claim that one of the valet guys grabbed her ass. And she's not just insisting, she's begging one of them on camera to admit that she was sexually assaulted. It's pretty clear what's going on here. She knows the CCTV footage will expose her, so she's trying to force a confession. That way, when the footage drops, she can at least point to the valet's admission as some kind of defense. Now, we've got two separate issues on our hands, racial abuse and a serious accusation of sexual assault. They're not mutually exclusive, but somehow Florence wants one to exist without the other. And let's not forget, she's doing all this while claiming she's definitely not racist. Indeed, Florence is not racist. She is much more than that. Much worse. And don't take my word for it, check out these comments and messages from people who've had their own run-ins with Miss Flojo. I had a run-in with this woman a few months ago at my gym. She said a bunch of homophobic and racist stuff to me. So this doesn't surprise me at all. This is just who she is. Have seen her do the same at my gym. It was insane. Whoa. She tried to fight me and the valet at BLVD in Sherman Oaks. She is an angry, miserable, and disgusting human. Yep, looks like the lady who assaulted me at the Erewhon parking lot for wearing my keffiyeh on May 13th, 2024. She also had a lawsuit that she made claiming she was at the W Hotel, which she lost. Even TikTok user at
Yo, this woman is all over LA just causing trouble. From freaking Hollywood to Sherman Oaks to Beverly Hills. She's just all over the whole city, bro. What the hell?
CENT wasn't having any of it.
I think she wants us to believe that she's the furthest thing from racist and not to split hairs. But if we're talking degrees of not racist, the furthest thing, like the farthest out, doesn't ever use a slur. Ever. That would be the furthest. Not saying you're a full-blown racist, like 24/7, but let's find some middle ground here.
Anyway, an update surfaced that Florence has been banned from valet service locations, and the police showed up during her dramatic apology tour. Probably someone called them this time, and they are now aware of the situation.
Here's an update from a reliable source. It says she has been banned from the location they service and potentially the restaurant as well. Apparently, the police showed up during her little apology tour and are very much aware of the situation. This is what's happened since.
I just like worry about, like, does she have any children? Like, imagine that's your mom, bro. Imagine that's your sister. Imagine you knew that woman personally. How's that gonna make you feel? Damn. Imagine you went on a date with her and then you see all this footage pop up. How are you gonna? She's all over the internet. The internet doesn't forgive. The internet does not forget.
With the police now involved, everyone was hoping the truth would finally come out. But before it even got to that point, Florence decided, you know what? I'm just gonna come clean.
She came clean.
So she was granted a live interview with an Instagram user who had been reporting the case since the beginning at Mr. Checkpoint.
I want to actually start with the first thing. There was like an allegation made of a assault.
I made a fucking mistake. Like, farthest thing since, like, is this like everybody in my life right now? No, but you know what the guy did to me.
Right?
Correct.
Can we just be clear right from the beginning? Did that happen?
Yeah, so it did not happen. What happened was I was in the car and my girlfriend called me and she's like, what do you happen? And she's like, just, I don't know, just say something that bad happened that you had to do that. Quick.
Yo, I feel like false sexual allegations should be taken very seriously because that can ruin a person's life. Like, what the fuck? I've always thought about that. Like, yo, people that make false, because a sexual allegation is a big deal. And then for you to lie about it, come on.
I erased it, and I guess the internet picked it up. It was like awful because I didn't realize, like I said, when if God forbid somebody would have called me, I would have told them that never occurred, but how it could affect somebody. Something did occur, but it was never a reason for me to go as crazy as I went.
Following the interview, she made a few story posts openly admitting that no one grabbed her posterior and that she lied to save face. I love Mexicans and all people of colors and religion. I did what I could today and to apologize to the two men that did nothing to me. I am in a calm state of mind.
Yeah, you went all the way back to the valet to fuss a fake confession out of them. That's how crazy you are, lady.
And I know I'm the farthest thing to a just a spoiled brat with a dirty mouth. And that's the realest I can be. Sorry, everyone. Yeah. And again, in another entirely different interview, Florence was asked point blank if any of the valets her, and she said no.
The guy touch you or did he not touch you?
The guy did not touch me.
So why did you say that?
Because I was frantic and I didn't know what to do because of the fact that I did something so.
So yes, we now have the truth. There was no assault. She lied, and now she's
that
taking
took
full
a long
accountability for her
time before
actions.
she took
Mind you,
accountability.
accountability, not consequences. Because another Instagram user who hosted the second episode of the interview called this out directly, and she was too astounded to deny it.
I never ever meant anything I said. I never meant one word I said. I don't know how else to convince anybody. I would,
This
if I
man
could
is
chop off my arm and
shocked.
convince somebody, I would.
Thank you.
I
Thank you.
can't.
Okay, let me just, I want to, thank you for saying that. Now let me,
It's so
hang on,
frustrating.
I want to highlight what you just said.
No problem.
If
No
I could
problem.
cut my arm off to convince you, I would, because what that means is I'll do anything if I could just get you to believe me, because this is about you. This is about you being, yes,
No,
it is.
it's
Yes,
not.
it is.
Oh.
It's about you being believed. It's about
I know what you're doing to me, and it's fine.
people that
It's
you
fine.
attack with you understand what's happening in this country right now? There are mass deportations happening by ICE across this country, and the way that those mass deportations have been justified is through the exact same rhetoric that you used in that video that we all saw. So I refuse to accept that it came from a place of ignorance, because you are very specific in your language. You use the same language that's been used to justify mothers and fathers being ripped away from their children, people being taken out of their workplace, people's wives being enslaved.
I'm so sorry to interrupt you. They say that Jews kill Arabs and Hamas. That's how it all came about. They say different things. They say other people, other countries. I said, you guys are killers and rapists. What do they say about every country that goes to war?
Thank you. There's
I'm sorry. I've never in my life ever seen that in my entire life.
But you just coincidentally use the same language?
Yes, because that's what people call people when they're at work.
I would believe you if you were coming from a place of honesty, but
I'm only coming from a place of honesty.
In the middle
Oh
of these
my
exposés,
God.
Florence
This is
made her
crazy.
Instagram account private and locked her comment section to prevent further
course,
damage to her
of
personal
course.
brand and business. But at this point, the damage was already done. And in a last-ditch effort to save what's left of the brand, her management team fired her and also stripped her of all of her shares in the company. Check the statement out here, released by the company.
Makes
We
sense.
at Coco Nugs do not tolerate racism. The statements made by Florence go against our policies and beliefs as a company and are not acceptable. We have cut all ties with her, and she has relinquished all shares within the company. Here's her letter of termination. I'm just going to leave it on the screen for a few seconds for those who would like to read it. And here's a continuation of the company's statement. We apologize for any pain and suffering caused by your actions. Coco Nugs is owned by a diverse group of individuals, including Latin Americans, Asian Americans, African Americans, and Caucasians, some of which are first-generation immigrants. We stand with and support all walks of life and will continue to do so. And with Florence officially fired from her own business, that pretty much wraps up this mess of the brand.
So she was going to die on the line before by just lying. So imagine she found her way, there was no camera, and then she managed to win by, as this guy said, you would do anything to prove yourself. Imagine she was able to convince everybody that this guy SA'd her. What would have happened to the guy just because you want to prove a point to the internet? That is crazy. I don't know, man. What do you guys think about this video? This shit is wild to me. But anyway, let me know in the comment. Drop a like, subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you in the next video.